Now we're starting a new expedition.
A moto overlanding expedition!
The Defender isn't going anywhere. It's still our home and our main ride. It waits for us in Indonesia for a few weeks. But we love adventure in all its forms, and we craved a different kind of travel. Something lighter, simpler, even more connected to the outside, to the countries we visit. An opportunity leading to another, we're adding 2 wheels to the mix, a way for us to see and show you the world from a different angle.
We have only 2 weeks to get our motorbike ready for this new expedition. We have no time to lose. Let's transform a stock vehicle into an adventure overlanding bike.
We are Nick and Mathilde, and we've left everything behind to travel the 7 continents with our Land Rover Defender, the Albatros.
Europe, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia, Asia, and Africa. A world tour for real. We want to see it all.
This is day 1068, and we are on the other side of the planet, in the south of France.
This is the next Meridian expedition.
This idea started taking hold in Australia, and we would build up the ultimate adventure bike and travel with it. First to Tunisia, and then head to Central Asia. We first tested bike out there and quickly settled on the Ducati Desert X. I passed my motorbike driving license. We purchased the bike in France directly from Australia, and as we came back to Europe, Nick went to pick it up. Let us introduce you to Seagull, also known as Gully, our soon-to-be adventure bike. It's not about replacing the Defender, it's about expanding the next Meridian expedition.
Okay, and on a stock motorbike, we need to install tons of gear. And so we've got SW-Motech here with all of the armor, so like the crash bars and the panniers and then all the hand guards and things like that. So this is SW-Motech. Thank you so much for sending us all this great gear. And then next, we've got a survival kit. So this is actually from an Australian company. Enjoy the motorcycle adventures with the peace of mind. Can't wait to see what you get up to. Team survival, of course. So the survival kit, thanks a lot for that, and thanks a lot Quadlock for all the gear as well. Matador is the pouches, so this is where we'll put all our clothes and kind of put all the little pieces together, and that will fit in all the panniers. Hi Nick and Mathilde, here's all the new gear you requested. This should get you started for 2025. Thanks for all that you do. Safe travels, Kyle and the Matador team. So thanks a lot guys. Next is Moto. So this is all the apparel and the gear that will protect us, Mathilde and I. Then we have an exhaust coming from Terminioni. It's still somewhere in the shipments, it's coming. And then another one is the rear shock. We're going to change that too from TFX suspension. So thank you to all of them. And now it's time to install the gears. So we got our tools ready. We got Gully ready. My 2 hands are free. Your 2 hands are almost free. Are you ready?
Let the work start. And Nick is already pulling the bike apart.
All right, so we finished the electricals, the first job. We have 2 of these, which are quad lock cables, charging points. And what's cool about them is they have an on, off, and auto. And auto means that when you turn off the engine and the key, it turns off the electrics of those charging points, which is perfect to save battery and not have a dead battery in the morning. So the bike has 1 charging point, 2nd charging point, 3rd charging point, and 4th charging point. So for our drones, cameras, phones, all that stuff, battery, power banks, everything will be charged, but only while running.
So electrical?
And so the electricals are done. So a big thank you to Quadlock for all the gear, the wireless charging, waterproofing, and these fancy smart charging points. So now we're gonna move to step 2, which is everything that has to do with accessories and armor.
When we say SW-Motech sent a lot of gear, they sent a lot of gear. On peut jouer au Jenga?
Done.
High five.
So
Tell us.
got the fog lights working. Matilda's dad helped us with this, so now they function. Just needed a last electrical idea. Then we got the carriers on and the toolbox on as well. So this is where the tools will go, and they're lockable.
And it opens from here.
And then the rack is on. This pannier is on. You'll see how quick it is. So I still have to put all the locks in, but
Boom.
boom, like that. And then we've got one case right here.
Spacious.
Yeah, spacious. So we finished the handlebar protection here. So this one is made out of metal instead of plastic, so it's a lot stronger. Front axle and rear axle covers. So when the motorbike falls, it will bump off this thing rather than hitting the plastics or directly onto the wheel arm. Next we did bar risers. So when you're standing up, instead of having your arms down and like that, you can stand properly. We added actually a bigger foot so that when we put it on mud or gravel, it doesn't sink in because it's going to be heavier now. So it doesn't fit. It's supposed to remove the big bolt that holds the engine, but it doesn't fit, you see? So I'm going to have to look for
Our biggest challenge, the missing tools. You know how the tool you need is always the one you don't have?
nightmare.
And in the middle of remote countryside, we are left with little options. So here is Nick going searching for the neighbors around.
Obviously, the best remedy for the day and motivation, a little bit of music. Get your tools out. We had eventually completed all of our installations, all except for two. But the deliveries of the parts were not coming through. Day after day, we were seeing the calendar move forward and two major parts of the setup were dragging behind, stuck somewhere in the French post.
You got it!
Finally got the box with a week delay.
Where is it coming from?
Coming from Italy.
We brought the bike outside to change the exhaust because Nick still wants to listen the difference between the two exhausts, so we have to turn the bike on. So there are justifications beyond the sound of the exhaust, but I think somewhere you're quite excited about the change of sound.
Alright, we got everything out. We got the Terminioni exhaust. Bam! So this one will have the real Italian sound. Hopefully it's not too loud, but I don't think so. But it's mostly so that we can remove the catalytic converter at the bottom. So fingers crossed, we have less issues with bad fuel around the world. This is why we're changing it. So we have all the parts here. We put Gully on a central stand. And the idea is we're going to be removing this, and then everything just comes out. Should be a pretty quick swap. So let's do it. Alright, we've just installed the Terminioni exhaust. Now we're gonna turn it on, see what it sounds like.
Woo!
Awesome! So that's one more job done. Alright, the exhaust is done. The last thing we need to do is the suspension. It should arrive by UPS or FedEx tomorrow or Friday, so fingers crossed it arrives. And that is probably going to be the hardest job on this bike because you need to remove quite a lot of things. But anyways, the exhaust is on and the catalytic converter is off. And so now Gully is this much closer to being ready and this much closer for us to leave. Nice.
Bonjour, merci.
Du coup, le chassis?
Ouais, c'est celui qui était à l'intérieur, mais je peux le signer pour lui. We just received the TFX suspension. The last packet has made it to our tiny village in the south of France. This is the last upgrade to do on the bike, and it's going to be quite a bit of work. I'm so happy. Suspensions are so important because with all the weight that we put on the bike, we couldn't just go with the stock. I mean, there's me in the back of the bike, which is a considerable amount of weight, plus all the luggages and everything else. So thank you, TFX.
And for that, we got Phil, my brother, help us on the job.
Yes,
You on it?
I'm on it.
And we got Mathilde, ready with the tools. So the team is ready. Thank you TFX for the rear shock, all custom built in the Netherlands. Hans Dieter, thank you very much. Moving forward, now we can stay.
Wow. Yes.
Good job, man. Well, the last job is done, which is the standard shock of Ducati is out. The TFX suspension is in.
How long did it take?
Thanks to Phil over there.
Woohoo!
No problem.
Boom!
Good job, man. The shock took an hour, and I think we're ready to go. We'll give it a test ride tomorrow.
We finished literally yesterday to install everything on the bike. The last step was to get the suspension, and we done that with Philip, Nicola's brother. And today we are going to test it all. We have all our equipment on. It's the nice outfit given by Moscow Moto. It's bulletproof everywhere. Nick said he chose it because otherwise my parents will kill him if I get hurt on the bike. We're gone, crossing the little village of Bulle-Baronnie, which is very pretty, and we're heading toward the mountains and the Mont Ventoux, which is our destination, the summit we're heading to.
first test, we rode an hour down through so many villages, up to 900 meters from 400. Now we're here, it's lunchtime, we're getting a sandwich, a saucisson, which is dried sausage, and we'll have it at the top of the Mont Ventoux, which I don't know how high it is, but probably like 2,000, maybe less. So
Nothing broke. Good. Everything is on the bike still.
Yeah. We learned how to film. We had to like put the camera here. I had to press it on and off. We had the GoPro that Mathilde's holding in her hand now here. Mathilde, then I had to pass her the GoPro so she could do stuff. Yeah, it's awesome.
And my seats, thank you SW-Motech, was pretty comfy. We'll keep testing.
Yeah, and the communications between helmets, it's really good. Mathilde and I, we were talking. My dad was on the same communication, so we could all talk. It's fun because the whole time you're driving, you're talking about this and that, and you can have a full-on communication and give signals. Look, we've already given our first scratch.
No, where was that?
When I pulled it out of the garage, so it just scraped on the garage. It did not drop.
That's done.
Yeah, we got our first scratches, Albo's first scratches. Albo, Gully's. There you go. All right, let's go have lunch.
Oh wow, the test is turning into something else. We've never done this track. We had no idea it was full of snow, and yeah, it went well, but we were piloting the drone, there was ice on the track, learning a lot. So now the motorcycle of Laurent is back up. Okay, so the road is closed in front and it's full of snow, so we have to turn back, which is going to be a challenge in itself because there's quite a bit of snow. Let's go. Okay.
Ciao, bisous. Moi aussi. Là-bas. It marks the end of the testing day, so it was really good to have my dad and Nabila join us. So the bike has its natural colors back: mud, dirt. This is how it should be. And now we're gonna go home, very happy of everything, but the luggages were all empty, so we're gonna have to fill them up tomorrow, and then we'll have the real weight of the bike. But for me, it's a validated. Huh? What do you think?
I didn't have as many things as Nick to check. Number one thing I had to check is how comfortable my butt was on the seat, and with the little like air fluffy thing from SW-Motech, it was magical, so no pain on the butt, which is a big one. And the second thing was filming on the bike. It is going to be challenging, but I think we already got cool clips from the test. We even managed to fly the drone around, so you'll tell us if you like it and what more clips you want on the videos like that, because after we pack, we're gone.
It's all a testing thing, but we're very happy, and so now time to go home, jump in a bath, because it's cold. Ready?
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what day it is? It is packing day. Tomorrow we are leaving for Tunisia and we have to fill up all of the boxes, all of the panniers of the bike with all of our stuff for 3 weeks. We're used to packing compact, but we realized that in our 4x4 we actually have quite a lot of things. So we're going to the next level by shrinking the amount of stuff that we take. We don't need much for the clothing, that's for sure, but it's very cold here and it will be warmer in Tunisia, so we need to balance that. So let's see what fits, what doesn't, and if we have too much, we'll have to be ruthless. Here we put waterproof jacket and pants for me, and on the other side it's waterproof jackets and pants for Nick. And this little magnetic one, we have all of our wallet, it's things that we can carry with us very quickly. Nick has already packed his side, so it is all of Nick's stuff, but it doesn't take so much space because he also has to carry all of our camping equipment. So it's actually really compact. We put everything in those little Matador storage pouches that are super convenient. Boom, you take out, and here is our sleeping mattresses. So Nick doesn't have a lot of space for him, sharing it with the camping. This is toiletry bag. This is my mess, don't look at it. It's going to look organized. And that's what we have to work with. All of my stuff, plus all of the electronics. Let's go.
A big plus of gearing up in France is the proximity of our family. We got to share the build-up of the bike with almost all of our close ones. A treat when, like us, you live so far away most of the time.
Ready for the big expedition?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Great new adventure.
Ciao, Mom.
Ciao.
Ciao, Mom.
Ciao. Have fun.
Thank you. See you in a month.
Thank you. We could have done it here. Thank you so much.
The moment has come.
The important moment.
We are all packed up and ready to leave and say goodbye. We have one last thing to do. We need to start the first flag sticking of a long series. And just like for our 4x4, we cannot stick the flag of the country ourselves. It should always be someone else from the country. This time, Nicola's grandparents. It is always hard to leave our grandparents behind, but we know they travel with us in spirit. So having them sticking friends on the bike means the world. We remember our first days in our 4x4 expedition. The best feeling in the world, living not knowing anything. Our only certainty is that everything is new. Everything has to be learned. Next up, the next meridian. Subscribe to the channel to discover it with us.